Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Cross ice, and it comes back to Lucas Bloss. Hey, rookie, welcome to the show, the Penguins Cup Championship show, the Penguins Cup playoff show, and the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show.
Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
Are you ready to take your game to the next level? Hey, I'm Tyler Kennedy, 2009 Pittsburgh Penguins Stanley Cup champion here, and trust me, I know what it's like to play to the max. That's why I recommend the patented heads-up sports training system, improving reaction time and your spatial awareness with this dynamic training system all at your fingertips. Train smarter with endless applications for any position. It's that simple. HeadsUpSTS.com. Play with your head up.
For over 20 years, groups, families, and individuals have been saving money with the Avia Dental Plan.
For as little as $9.25 a month, members can save up to 50% or more on dental care.
Plus, everyone qualifies, and there is no waiting or limits on visits to the dentist.
Start saving today with the Avia Dental Plan.
Go to getlowcostdental.com or call 1-888-431-2273. Smile. You're with people who care.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
2 jumbo ice caramel drizzle peppermint mochaccino. Extra caramel.
That's us. I'd love to join you guys at the beach house for a few days, but between my job and the kids, it's just not that easy. Not to mention, how am I squeezing into a bikini after this winter?
Keeping off extra pounds while balancing a family and a career can be tough. And 500-calorie coffees won't get you there either. Weight Loss Direct provides a 24/7 support and one-on-one coaching to keep you on track and guarantee you success and health. Start your journey at weightlossdirect.com.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Cross ice, and it comes back to Lucas Bloss. Hey, rookie, welcome to the show, the Penguins Cup Championship show, the Penguins Cup playoff show, and the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show.
Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
Are you ready to take your game to the next level? Hey, I'm Tyler Kennedy, 2009 Pittsburgh Penguins Stanley Cup champion here, and trust me, I know what it's like to play to the max. That's why I recommend the patented heads-up sports training system, improving reaction time and your spatial awareness with this dynamic training system all at your fingertips. Train smarter with endless applications for any position. It's that simple. HeadsUpSTS.com. Play with your head up.
For over 20 years, groups, families, and individuals have been saving money with the Avia Dental Plan.
For as little as $9.25 a month, members can save up to 50% or more on dental care.
Plus, everyone qualifies, and there is no waiting or limits on visits to the dentist.
Start saving today with the Avia Dental Plan.
Go to getlowcostdental.com or call 1-888-431-2273. Smile. You're with people who care.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
2 jumbo iced caramel drizzle peppermint mochaccino, extra caramel.
That's us.
I'd love to join you guys at the beach house for a few days, but between my job and the kids, it's just not that easy. Not to mention, how am I squeezing into a bikini after this winter?
Keeping off extra pounds while balancing a family and a career can be tough. And 500-calorie coffees won't get you there either. Weight Loss Direct provides a 24/7 support and one-on-one coaching to keep you on track and guarantee you success and health. Start your journey at weightlossdirect.com.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Cross ice, and it comes back to Lucas Blows. Hey, rookie! Welcome to the show, the Penguins Cup Championship Show, the Penguins Cup Playoff Show, and the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show.
Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
As they say in PIHL hockey, let's do that PIHL hockey. Hello, good evening, and welcome back to the Ice Castle in Castle Shannon, Pennsylvania, where we are once again trackside for the 2024 St. Margaret Fall Face-Off Championship game between the Seneca Valley Raiders in white and the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils in dark blue. A north versus south battle once again after Seneca Valley prevailed over Upper St. Clair on St. Clair's home ice in the semifinal round. Mount Lebanon scoring late on the power play to defeat Franklin Regional, and so here we are, Seneca Valley trying to win their sixth one of these things all time, and first since 2016. Brian Mitchell, the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils, trying to become the first South Hills team to win this tournament since Sidney Crosby's rookie year, and after both these teams scored 50 combined goals between the two of them going into this final contest, I think we could actually be in for a low-scoring affair based on how they played defensively.
Well, the old adage is that defense wins championships. We're going to find that out here today. I mean, if you talk about Seneca Valley, you look at their history and how they played, you know, very late. They've only given up 3 goals in this tournament so far. And we're talking about, what, 4 games that they played at this point. 3 goals in 4 games. Look on the opposite side. Mount Lebanon's done it with a balance in goal. 3 goaltenders. Each game that they played so far, 2 goals. Every single time. Somebody asked me before if you set the over-under on what? I believe that was my buddy Erman here. I said set it at 1, and I'm still taking the under. We're going to a shootout.
Oh, that's how last year's tournament ended, and Seneca Valley was on the wrong end of that shootout, which was won by Pine Richland in Harmerville. The Raiders looking to finish the job here in 2024 and end their preseason with a bang before the second quarter century of PIHL hockey starts for real in 2 weeks. Speaking of those Mount Lebanon goaltenders, Hayden Bike, 23 saves in the semifinal victory earlier tonight. It'll be either him, Vince Canella, who looked very good earlier in this tournament, or Gus Zentner. That's the goaltending trio for head coach Jeremy Church in his fourth full season of duty, for the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils.
It looks like it's going to be Canella. I got to cover him on Thursday night in the game against North Allegheny. Very solid side-to-side mover. He takes a lot of space up in that net, but don't be fooled. The 2 goals that North Allegheny got, one was a second opportunity. The other one was very, very, very tough angle that probably 90% of NHL goaltenders would have a hard time saving. So watch out for him. His glove is fast, but his side-to-side is faster.
And moments ago, we saw him being warmed up by teammates number 10, Griffin Krupp, and number 68, the Shaha Panthers prodigy, Xavier Bias, the leading scorer among Class AAA rookies last regular season. Krupp has 4 goals, 5 points. Coming into this game, Bias only has 3 points, which is very low for him, Mitch.
I believe I was just thinking about this about 10 seconds ago when we were talking about it in the pregame. Maybe the X-Man is the X factor in this game. If he gets hot and gets ready to go, maybe he's the one that's going to make the difference in this contest, because he's been real quiet so far.
He did have the game-winning assist on Parker Arlett's go-ahead goal late in the semifinal earlier tonight against Franklin Regional. For the Seneca Valley Raiders, warming up off to our right, number 33, Marshall Hewitt, the exciting junior forward who scored 8 goals last regular season, now is up to 5 goals, 7 points in the 24-25 preseason. And his power play goal in period 1 was all Seneca Valley needed, but just for good measure, they got a couple of empty netters from Hewitt and from Jimmy Murtha, who had a big game last regular season, coincidentally, in this building against Upper St. Clair. But Seneca Valley's a really healthy mix of offense and defense, and they have a new head coach, Brian Mitchell, a former Penguins Cup finalist as a player, Tyler Masiska, from the Seneca Valley class of 2010.
Yeah, I know. I was following along like everybody else was in the offseason when it came down to that. Anthony Rayco going over to the Central Catholic Vikings now. Of course, the new guy behind the bench for Seneca Valley. He looks like nothing's missed here. You talk about Seneca Valley. The history of this squad has been in their defense and goaltending, and it's not something that has changed over the time, at least I've been covering this game, which has probably been the last 10 years.
And Christopher Nichols got, to your point, his second shutout of the preseason against Upper St. Clair earlier tonight, making 27 saves. Matt Gilchrist, who made his varsity debut last season in this very rink, might get the start for the championship game. We'll have to wait and see, but Seneca Valley has only been scored upon 3 times. And in the last game, as big a factor as any, I think, Mitch, is the fact that they were 4 for 4 on the penalty kill. They shut down arguably the most menacing power play of the entire preseason.
It is not easy to stop Franklin Regional. I apologize. I was thinking the opposite game here. It is not easy for them with Upper St. Clair. Upper St. Clair has a dynamic offense, has a lot of puck movement, a lot of opportunities created whenever they're doing those things. And Seneca Valley, they're showing exactly why that defense and that stop first atmosphere, that they have, it just works.
And in a couple of moments, we'll have the opening face-off of the St. Margaret Fall face-off final between the Seneca Valley Raiders, who ran the table in Division B, as in Badger Bob, and the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils, winners of Division D, as in defensemen. And Austin McLean on public address will help us introduce these teams momentarily. And here he is. Thank you, Austin McLean, and thank you, Jeff Chimerson, Brian Mitchell. We know one half of this USA hockey crew for the championship game, and it's a man we believe in.
Oh, yeah, that is Todd Hendry. Nice little reference there. I told you in the pregame. Yes, it's Todd Hendry is one of our officials tonight, and on the other side.
And on the other side, who do we have, Brian Mitchell?
Good question. They don't give us the details in this. I do know who it is. I just can't. The name's striking me right now.
It's preseason for us too, folks.
Absolutely at home. I apologize for that. And he might actually be thankful that we don't say his name on the actual broadcast. Who knows by the end of this one. 17 minutes to go here in the first period, sir. Let's do this.
51 minutes of hockey and maybe more to decide a St. Margaret tournament champion. Seneca Valley, certainly a lot of experience playing in this championship round as a program. The Blue Devils trying to strike a rare blow for the South Hills after the other South Hills team in the Final Four was eliminated by the Raiders earlier tonight. And we are underway here as the Blue Devils move the puck from left to right on your TV, computer, or mobile device to begin the game. Bias near side into the Seneca Valley zone, and it's taken on the far boards by Liam Shin, who had 3 assists in the preseason opener for the Blue Devils. Shot pass out in front, And making the save for the Seneca Valley Raiders is their starting goaltender, Christopher Nichols, who is back in the cage after that 27-save shutout against Upper St. Clair. Seneca Valley offside. And a great first shift there by Shin. 18 points for Shin last year, but he was one of the top puck-moving forwards in PIHL Class 3A. 13 assists put him in the top 5 in the regular season in that category as a varsity newcomer. Shin, a rising junior at Mount Lebanon and Shaha Panthers product. Raiders win this face-off cleanly just outside the Mount Lebanon stripe. And into the Blue Devil zone it goes. Retreating is Parker Arlett, the conquering hero from semifinal game number 2 in the roadside rink earlier. Outlet pass to Murtha. Murtha and Malichki offside as Malichki takes a beating from Arlett right after the whistle. Aiden Zyolkowski on here for Jeremy Church early in the first period as the Blue Devils played from behind their own net. Zyolkowski watches it bounce up to center for CJ Gwarek. Gwarek gains the red line and sails it in on the starting goaltender, who is indeed Vince Canella. Made his varsity debut last season, and the only game he played was a victory. 21 saves against Baldwin. 2.0 goals against, .930 save percentage for Canella this preseason. Back to center we go. Cooper Hone, who had a good lunch pail kind of game against Upper St. Clair. Seneca Valley with only 5 natural defensemen on their unofficial preseason roster, and Hone was playing a lot of defense despite being listed as a forward, and like the rest of the Raiders, held his own against that loaded Upper St. Clair offense as a hand pass is called.
Yeah, you got to think something's going right with that group. There's only 5 of them on the natural run and only giving up 3 goals in this tournament.
Hone stays on to take this face-off, which is controlled by the Raiders. Ethan Riffey from the edge of the right circle, drop pass, and it's put on goal by Braden Morin, who had an assist in the semifinal round, and that save is made by Canella. Both teams making an early line change before this face-off to Canella's left. Caden Lane coming off a big quarterfinal round for Mount Lebanon. On here as the Raiders continue to force the issue deep in Lebo ice. Officials urging them to play on, and Lane does so up the far boards. Behind the Mount Lebanon cage, Sam Eberhardt. A lot of very seasoned blue liners on the Blue Devils varsity team going into 24-25. And better believe that experience has come in handy. Mount Lebanon, one of the least scored upon teams in this tournament. Loud save there by Canella. And Cam Meyer, who had a power play goal and an assist against NA in the quarters, was up ahead of the play, but Seneca on the counterattack forces another save from Canella.
That was nice. Mount Lebanon was looking for a line change, and they just took advantage coming down the opposite wing.
Maxim touches it deep into Seneca Valley ice. Blue Devils changing on the fly early in a scoreless first period. Bailey outletting it, picked off by Josh Lehman. Hard collision at center ice. Gwarek got the worst of that hit by Offerman, the erstwhile PIHL All-Star. Bailey backpedaling up to Morin. Morin up to center for John Soroka. Soroka, who's played travel hockey in Cleveland with the Junior Barons, elicits another save from Canella.
Yeah, sorry I had to leave for half a second there, sir. I went to try to find out who the other official is, and unfortunately nobody seemed to have an answer for me at the time, so it's been weird the last 2 years as the referees have started to take their names off the back of their jerseys. I don't know if that's a byproduct of the recent, things that have been going on with the officials and such, but it is something that we have watched on, and I'll have to keep an eye on going forward.
Well, we know Todd Hendry is out there, as
well, you can't
earlier noted. No, you cannot. Hewitt right off the faceoff, and that handcuffed Canella, but he hung on.
It's a nice little set play there for Seneca Valley, trying to get one up high on Canella. Didn't get too many high opportunities from North Allegheny, so maybe that's something they saw on the tape from last week.
Raiders win this faceoff, and they retreat inside their own blue line. Tyler Maxwell outletting for Hewitt. Hewitt over the stick of Soroka. Blue Devils unable to clear as it bounces in on Canella. To the boards, it'll come now to Kyle Quigley. Mount Lebanon still unable to clear. Here's Hewitt on his backhand. Hewitt out in front, and that puck just rolled beyond the reach of Morin. Canella scrambling to get back in goal as Mount Lebanon will be content to, well, they're not going to ice this puck as Nichols had to make a play on it, and he does so up to Carter Hone. Raiders trying to complete a line change as Hewitt sends it deep into Mount Lebanon ice, and Canella gets run into at the end of the play by Morin, and one of the Blue Devils takes exception. That's Parker Arlett. But cooler heads seem to prevail.
Yeah. Arlett came in. There was a little bit extra. I feel like when he came in underneath that speed, it was just a coincidental came in, hit him. Arlett, of course, going to stand up for your goaltender at that point. You know, you never want to see him get hit after the whistle.
Face off to Canella's right this time. Malichki will take on Shin, and Seneca Valley ultimately controls this puck behind the Mount Lebanon goal, but gives Shin credit for tying up his man. It comes out to Bailey. Bailey slapping it over the glove hand of Vince Canella. The Mount Lebanon netminder. Lead pass intended for Bias, cut out by Gwarek, and Gwarek gets this puck deep. Blue Devils turn it over to Malichki. Arlett backing up the play for Mount Lebanon. 4.5 gone by in a scoreless first period. Blue Devils send it in behind the Seneca Valley goal. It's going to be reversed to Gwarek. Out in front for Bias. Bias just missing on the backdoor play. Raiders from the far corner. Outletted for Murtha. Instead, it'll be flipped to center by Arlett. Tyler Garvin, who led Seneca Valley entering Monday with 5 goals and 6 points. One of the top goal scorers in this preseason event. Garvin not appearing in that semifinal contest, but in the lineup for Tyler Masiska here in the grand finale. Arlett having trouble clearing. It's cleaned up by Griffin Krupp. Krupp immediately checked by Cooper Hone up high. Brother Carter on the back end with Tyler Maxwell, the defensive pairing out here for the Raiders. Up to Riffy. Riffy left wing circle. Active stick by Lynham. Zach Lynham, that is. Brother of last year's Mount Lebanon netminder, Quinn Lynham. Krupp lost it to Hewitt. Hewitt in the corner. Lynham trying to ride him off that puck, but Hewitt protects it, and Hewitt still has it for the Raiders. Out in front to Hone. Hone on goal, and Canella just got a piece of that.
Good toe save by Canella.
Cross ice, it'll come to Maxwell. Maxwell from the edge of the right circle. Another loud save from Vince Canella. Carter Hone in the corner. This is a good shift here early in the period by Seneca Valley. Out in front to Cooper Hone. Cooper Hone on the doorstep to Hewitt. Hewitt makes his move, and Canella point blank makes the save on Marshall Hewitt. Five goals for Hewitt in the preseason, that close to half a dozen. But we remain scoreless here in period one. Ben Kurta gets this puck nearly the length of the ice. Raiders retreat. Both teams making changes on the go as Hallen sends it to the corner. Eberhardt takes a beating but gets this puck loose for Mount Lebanon. Turned over to Nikolaski. Nikolaski chasing this puck down. It'll be cleared by Eberhardt back to center. Near side it comes to Gwarek. Blue Devils changing personnel one more time. Pierce Conradi on defensively for Mount Lebanon here in the thick of this puck battle behind Canella. And the Raiders emerge. Backing up that play at the right point for Seneca Valley. John Nikolaski. Nikolaski from a bad angle, lost control in the corner. Now he's knocked down by Powers. Correction, that's Cam Meyer on the back check for Mount Lebanon. And Meyer tries to take this outlet pass from Mount Lebanon's Alex Maxim. But the Raiders operate in transition. Campbell dropping to Hallen. Hone to the corner. Carter Hone. Now playing this puck at center point, on goal. Canella the save, and the rebound goes behind the net. Seneca Valley tilting the ice a bit in this first period, but we remain scoreless as we approach the midpoint. Nathan Tran knocked down. Play continues. Tran keeps on keeping on. Maxim from a bad angle. That save is made by Nichols. Lehman. To the corner it comes to one of the Raiders. That's Maxwell defensively. And out it'll come now to Murtha. Murtha lost that puck to Meyer. Maxwell retreating. Grant Volek trying to catch him up for Lebo. But it's flipped back to center, and with speed playing this puck is Gwarek. Gwarek near side for Hewitt. Those two unable to connect. Correction, that was Soroka leading the rush for the Raiders, and Soroka chases this puck to the near corner. Soroka, not too many dark blue jerseys in the way of that pass, but it's turned over to Seneca Valley. Morin on the off wing, backhander on goal. Canella the save, and Lehman clears the rebound. Morin, right circle. Trying to get around Arlett. And Arlett tries to ride him into the corner. Gwarek through traffic. Save made Canella.
One of the things that I noted during that back and forth is that both teams are so very well off systematically, but you're not looking at five-man units in just the offensive zone. You're getting a lot of puck support on the defensive side. You're always seeing that second man coming over, putting a little bit of pressure, forcing that pass. How many total shots do you think you saw on that rush? 5? Maybe. From both teams.
Both teams very tactically sound as this pass was played out in front to an open Malichki, but good stick work there defensively by Arlett and company. Griffin Krupp leading the Mount Lebanon counterattack. Krupp, right wing side, looking to go back to Bias. Krupp too well covered. Bailey got in his path. Krupp surrounded by white shirts in the corner. Blue Devils try to send it up the boards for Lynham. Lynham unable to keep it inside the zone. Seneca brings it back to center. Gwarek is dispossessed. Turned over to Murtha. And Seneca Valley playing very much on the collective front foot here, and Mount Lebanon trying to find their legs as they try to play it out in front for Bias. Krupp's pass just too well covered.
Well, that was a 2-on-1 opportunity. You saw Malichki get on his horse and got back in time to get to Bias.
Yard sale. Murtha trying to put it on goal. Could not. Eberhardt retrieves his blade as the Raiders have it at center. Here's Riffy. Off a skate and right to Canella, and there is no rebound.
Canella's down. He got a skate as he was coming across on his glove. I'm not sure if it pulled something in his shoulder or not. We're going to see. That's just pure speculation on my part, by the way. But he did come down. He was in good shape when he went down, but the skate of the player came across and smacked into his glove, and I'm not sure exactly, what is going on. Looks like he's fine. Looks like he's going to be able to stay in.
Canella seemingly no worse for the wear as he gets examined by the on-duty EMT. Zyolkowski of Mount Lebanon took exception after the play, but not much activity.
This is a
executive producer Todd Kazarowski pointing that it was a leg or a knee to the head, I think, from our vantage point.
All right. Yeah, they're checking in on him. Interesting way they're doing this. I don't know if there's something beside it, but all the Mount Lebanon players standing directly between the goaltender and the Seneca Valley players, as to say, we're not going to tell you where it hurts. I've never seen that before at any level of hockey.
First time for everything. Ziolkowski. Blue Devils retreating. Conradi behind his own net. For Powers. Up to center it comes to Soroka. Eberhardt from his own blue line. Up to Ziolkowski. Soroka from inside Seneca Valley ice up to the visitors' bench where it's played by Conradi. And it's off a hand on the Seneca Valley bench, in fact, so we'll get a stoppage in play with 5:42 left in the first. Still no score.
I'm going to go back to that play a couple minutes ago as they were coming in on the 2-on-1. Malichki coming down and trying to get in between Bias, was able to get his defensive helper in between and take all the pressure off of him from that pass. Great play by Seneca Valley and Malichki to have that heads up.
Nikolaski leading it toward goal, and that save is made by Canella. The rebound comes right out to Ziolkowski. Ziolkowski with speed goes on the left side to Powers. Powers puts it on goal. Nichols to save. Gets a face full of shaved ice for his troubles and holds for the face-off.
You kind of saw that coming next opportunity, so you have to wonder what this USA Hockey officiating crew is going to allow going forward, but definitely a little bit of back and forth on this end.
Face-off to Nichols' right. The Raiders take charge. Nikolaski at center, tied up by Meyer. Maxim helps the Blue Devils get it free, and Mount Lebanon's going to ice this puck. Maxim, 3 goals, 4 assists through semifinal play. Got a glimpse of him during the 23-24 varsity season. Last year, Mount Lebanon 12-7-1, got the 6th seed in the Penguins Cup playoffs and had some signature wins along the way before falling to this very Seneca squad in Warrendale in the quarterfinal playoff round. Outlet pass comes now to Meyer, and Meyer's shot goes wide. To the corner it comes to Maxim. Maxim fighting for this puck with Meyer. Seneca Valley wins the battle. Gwarek over the attacking line. Gwarek misses wide. Nathan Tran retreating from Mount Lebanon. From behind his own net, plays it out to Meyer. Meyer looking for Josh Lehman. Those two not quite in sync as Bailey takes it defensively for the Raiders. Around the boards for Carter Hohen. Volek with it. Up top and work near side intended for Tran. Stolen by Soroka. Turned over to the Blue Devils. Quigley for Volek. Quigley in the corner, worked over by Bailey. Played out in front. Lehman couldn't redirect it on goal. Hewitt working through the harassment of Volek. Volek has this puck now for Lebo. Glances off the goaltender stick of Christopher Nichols. Bailey from behind his own net. Cut off by Quigley. Lehman takes a beating behind the net from Seneca Valley's Bailey. And Hewitt has it for the Raiders. Marshall Hewitt, left wing side. Couldn't get it around Arlett. Arlett, a player we got to see in the Ice Castle Prospect League over the summer. Plays travel hockey for the Shaw Panthers. Hewitt over the attacking line one more time. From the right side, it dribbles in on Canella, and he will leave nothing to chance.
You talked a little bit earlier about some of these players playing a limited amount of time last year. That's indicative of these AAA teams. A lot of the teams in the upper division have that built-in system that they bring players up, and you're going to play a couple years of junior varsity whenever you get there. And the turnover's pretty wild some years. You don't see many freshmen. You see a couple sophomores every once in a while. Here we go.
Chance possibly for Griffin Krupp. Krupp to the goal. And he's stopped by Nichols. Krupp just waited too long to release that puck, I believe. Penalty coming up meanwhile, and it's going to go against Mount Lebanon.
That's a trip on bias.
So the Blue Devils' top gun will feel shame for 2 minutes and then get free, and the game's first power play belongs to Seneca Valley, trying to break a scoreless stalemate. Krupp, I think, waited for Nichols to overcommit, and that just didn't happen.
Looks like he was trying to open up the 5-hole, and it just never got there till he was on the side of the net and didn't have the angle.
Bouncing out in front, still loose. Raiders can't get a clean stick on it, and Gwarek has to go fetch. Shin pressuring shorthanded. Gwarek over the attacking line now. Seneca Valley 5 against 4. Out in front, intended for Hallen. That went wide. Garvin touches this puck, and we have another penalty perhaps coming up here.
Interference.
Indeed. And so with 24 seconds off the penalty clock, there goes the Seneca Valley power play. Hallen the guilty party. So let's see if we get offense on slightly more open ice here, Brian Mitchell.
I was about to say, normally I'd say it'd be a little more interesting. I don't know in this case. These two teams, I mean, it could open it up a little bit. Maybe you get that opportunity. You can't drive that extra player over, and you do have the player you weren't targeting or picking on there. But you're looking for the drive here, maybe from Mount Lebanon off the face-off. Maybe you get that shot from the point that you can get to a deflection, or maybe just catch him off guard. We'll see what happens here.
Both these teams very dialed in defensively, and Vince Cannella in goal for Mount Lebanon weathered an early onslaught from the Raiders, as we're 4 against 4 for the next minute and 25 seconds. Arlett putting a hard shoulder into one of the Seneca Valley skaters. And he has this puck for Mount Lebanon. That's Braden Morin with whom he's doing battle. Kurta trying to untie his stick from the grasp of Bailey. Bailey won that confrontation. And one of the Raiders going down hard, and Seneca Valley's bench wants a penalty. Can't say you blame him as Cannella covers. Morin really got his bell rung in the neutral zone.
That seemed like it should have probably gone towards the penalty side of the equation. He did come in and he just tried to lay the hit as he was coming across. The trailing referee was probably looking towards the benches. Forward referee was looking into the zone.
That's a big break for Mount Lebanon, I think. Blue Devils win this face-off. 55 to go in the 4-on-4. Bouncing toward goal. Canella's save, and the rebound is cleared out of there just in the nick of time. Shin trying to go to Krupp up ahead, and Shin has it for the Blue Devils. Shin chased by Hewitt. Hewitt puts a stick into him. Shin protecting this puck for Lynham. Lynham couldn't take that pass, and Seneca Valley gets it the length of the ice, and this is going to be icing on the Raiders.
There's one thing that I'm noticing about these two teams is that there is one advantage from one side, and that is Mount Lebanon has the speed advantage. If they get that opportunity to be able to open up that pass, get that player across the center of the blue line and in one-on-one, anything can happen. But you got to have that opportunity because Seneca Valley has a handful of players that can catch you in that run.
Face-off in Seneca Valley ice. Shin pushes it to the boards. The Raiders try to get it back to center. Blue Devils keep it in momentarily. Carter Hone backpedaling. Outlets for Jimmy Murtha. Back to Hone. Hone, right wing side, 20 to go in the 4-on-4. Hone from an angle, that save made by Cannella. Hone has his own rebound. To the corner, it'll come to Murtha. Murtha toward goal, Cannella the save, and Cannella has the rebound. Final minute of first period play, 8 seconds left in the 4-on-4, and then the Raiders get a truncated power play.
The one thing you're seeing right now out there is both teams keeping their heads in the game and not taking any type of slight on any of the hits that may have occurred, because it might come down to somebody taking that extra shot that's going to cost somebody a goal.
Correction, the Blue Devils are the ones with the truncated power play with 45 seconds left in the period. As the Raiders ice this puck legally, Lynham retrieves behind his own net. And Mount Lebanon might not even attempt a shot on this abbreviated power play. 5 seconds on the penalty clock before Hallen returns. Curta from the boards. He's tied up immediately by Carter Hone. And the Raiders are just trying to exit the area, but a point-blank shot by Offerman. Save made. Rebound. Oh, what a save there by Nichols. How did he get over to stop Ziolkowski? Carter Hone unable to clear the area. Curta has it one more time. 7 seconds left in the period. It's still out in front. Almost turned over to Meyer. Put wide of goal at the buzzer. So a frantic end of this first period, but still no score in the St. Margaret Fall Face-Off final between the Seneca Valley Raiders and Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. With Brian Mitchell, I'm Matt Popchock. It's PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Weight Loss Direct.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Cross ice, and it comes back to Lucas Bloss. Hey, rookie, welcome to the show, the Penguins Cup Championship show, the Penguins Cup playoff show, and the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show.
Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
Well, no matter how many goals are scored tonight, or not scored, as the case may be, we at TenbandTV know the most important goal is self-care. Scan the Weight Loss Direct QR code on your screen throughout tonight's broadcast to save $50 off your own personal weight loss program. And thank you to Weight Loss Direct for sponsoring another season of PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV's PIHL channel. Seneca Valley had 16 first-period shots on goal to Mount Lebanon's 5, but where it counts, we're still scoreless, Brian Mitchell.
Yeah, I know. It's you wouldn't think those numbers were that high, but definitely. But if you look at the quality shots, maybe there were a handful. Maybe you're talking 5 or 6 at that point. A couple rebounds, a couple opportunities, and probably most of the Mount Lebanon ones came in the last little rush there.
They say patience is a virtue. Perhaps both teams facing a test of virtues here in this final game, as both are having a tough time finding room to maneuver and room to do what they've been doing in this preseason. Again, these teams combining for 50 preseason goals going into this championship game, but also known for playing very stifling defense. And so far, defense, as we predicted, it might certainly winning out. As second period action is a go, both teams are back to equal strength as Offerman plays his puck inside his own zone for the Blue Devils, near side for Maxim. Maxim will let it go the length of the ice for icing, and Offerman, as am I, is scratching his head over that icing call. Malichki to take it against Mount Lebanon's Lehman. Clean face-off win for Malichki. One-timer by Murtha, just wide. Carter Hone to the corner for Murtha. Back to Hone. Hone off a Mount Lebanon stick. Arlett follows that bouncing puck as he's shouldered up high. Volek up to center. Quigley stood up by Carter Hone as the Raiders reset play. Garvin breezing over the blue line. Garvin 1 against 2. Good poke check there by Arlett. Arlett reversing the play to Lehman. Lehman lost control to Garvin. Garvin quickly on goal. Canella is ready.
As I said earlier, these two goaltenders are very quick in net. You're going to have to get them off the heel. You're going to have to get them misdirection. Maybe a couple tips here. Both teams haven't got that opportunity because the other team has just kept them out of the crease, kept them out of the key. Everything's been coming from the outside.
Hewitt's shot partially obstructed. Looked like one of the Blue Devils, maybe Krupp, got a stick on that one as Liam Shin tries to clear the zone and does so with help from Xavier Bias. Hewitt back at center red, sends this puck around the boards. Eberhardt pays a physical price to make that play up to Shin. Redirected on goal by Hewitt, and Canella is in the right place at the right time.
You're going to get opportunities like that if you get a player in the slot, maybe get a stick on it, maybe get him a chance for a tip over top, maybe get a little screen in front, but you're not really getting that much time to get that opportunity, and you're rushing shots when you don't.
Xavier Bias, hard outlet pass intended for Krupp. Krupp catches up to it. Krupp stick checked by Gwarek. Liam Shin chasing behind the extended goal line. Seneca Valley unable to clear it. It comes to Krupp. Krupp from Bias. Krupp on goal. He nuzzles that nylon for the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. And with 14:36 to go in the second, it's 1-0 Lebo.
Just was able to get the pass, fired through the slot. Opportunity came in. Player in front. Nichols had a hard time tracking it, and he just fired it low. Probably, 2 feet off of the ground, and in behind Nichols. 1-0 Mount Lebanon.
Griffin Krupp, his team-leading 5th goal of the preseason. 6 points altogether, and the Shaha Panther is on the prowl, entering his second varsity campaign. Blue Devils with a 1-0 lead early in the second period. Krupp takes a shoulder from Maxwell as Jeremy Church is going to keep him out there for this ensuing shift. Carter Hone to Maxwell. Up to center. Held there by Tran. Maxwell from the end of his own zone. Near side for Nikolaski. Left wing pass. And it comes to one of the Raiders as it's put on goal. A second chance effort after the initial shot by Campbell. And Maxwell and company can't get it behind Vince Canella.
That was where Canella had problems against North Allegheny last Thursday, is that second opportunity that he wasn't able to find the puck on the rebound. He caught that one, and very well done by Canella.
Campbell, the Seneca Valley sophomore, 3 assists in the preseason, plays for the Pittsburgh Icemen AAA travel program that Cam Radna, the former PIHL goaltender and Fox Chapel head coach, is involved with. And this puck covered by Canella one more time.
So one of the things I'm going to be working on in the regular season once it finally comes out, the head coaching carousel that occurred this offseason that's going to go around finding spaces in new places.
Fox Chapel indeed with a new bench boss this preseason, Ryan Lobig. We saw him with the Foxes earlier in this tournament as this puck is put in on the goaltender Nichols, and Nichols somehow kept that puck from completely crossing the goal line. The Blue Devils immediately thought they had scored, and Eberhardt is reacting as such, pointing to the Seneca Valley net, but for now it'll remain a 1-0 game.
Todd Hendry was right over top of that crease, so I would have to trust on that one that didn't cross at the point.
Face off to Nichols' right. And it's sent all the way to the Mount Lebanon blue line where Arlett played it quickly. At center, Hewitt, near side Bailey. Bailey trying to center for Riffey. It goes by Riffey, and it's put in on Canella this time, and Canella is forced to make another save, this time on Cooper Hone.
I'm going to venture to say that this is the first time Seneca Valley's been behind in a game in this tournament. I don't have all the stats in front of me, but you're going to start to see them grip their stick a little bit more here. A little bit of a force there on that pass. You saw the center not be 100% ready to take that pass, so the winger had to take it, but watching a little bit of growing pains for learning how to play from behind, maybe.
In round-robin play, they beat the Butler Golden Tornado, they beat Hempfield, and they beat their next-door neighbors from Mars, and they beat them all decisively before tonight's semifinal round shutout against USC. Mount Lebanon collecting 3 round-robin victories in the meantime against Armstrong, who was in the championship game of this tournament 2 years ago. North Catholic and a AAA newcomer, last year's AA Penguins Cup champion, Thomas Jefferson. Mount Lebanon winning that game 7-2, giving the Jaguars a rude welcome to the top flight.
We're going to have the conversation about how stacked that top flight is right now. Probably
You
the most
said
in
it.
years.
Chance for Malichki. Malichki is robbed by Canella. Oh, Malichki had time, he had space, but he does not have a goal, and we remain 1-0 Mount Lebanon with 12.5 to the ice cut.
Wasn't that long ago you were talking about Franklin Regional and Thomas Jefferson sitting at single A. And now they're up here with their championships, with their opportunities to shine in the senior circuit. I'll call it the senior circuit, the AAA level. It's going to be a fun year.
Hewitt toward goal, and it starts at the tail end of September, very beginning of October. September 30th, the first regular season games, and we'll be on the air October 3rd for TenbandTV. More on that later. Another offensive zone face-off win for the Raiders as that shot from Bailey is blocked. Good gap control there by Quigley. Blue Devils turn it over, however, momentarily. And unable to keep that inside the zone was Soroka. Gwarek off a stick, no icing. Conrarty from his own end. Up now for Volek. Volek hit hard near side by Soroka. For a bigger guy, Volek went down pretty hard there. That was a good hit by John Soroka. Out it comes to Morin. Soroka, no worse for the wear, over the attacking line, threw it behind Bailey. Near side Quigley, back to center. Morin trying to re-enter the attacking zone for Seneca Valley. Hallen trapped along the boards. Behind the net it comes to Eberhardt. Play reversed. Oh, it's turned over almost to the Raiders. Mount Lebanon getting a little callous with that puck at times in its own end. Maxwell to the corner. Hallen ridden out of the play in the corner. It comes right out in front. Nobody there except Grant Volek. And the Blue Devils exhaust their area. Volek has this puck for Lebo. Gains the red line, puts it right off the shin of Carter Hohen. And Hohen sends it quickly up ahead now to Ryan Campbell. Campbell on the off wing. Centering pass, nobody there. Hohen tied up by Liam Shin. Some 29-on-29 crime as Shin goes down on the far boards. Campbell near side. Campbell stands up Griffin Krupp, who has the only goal of the game thus far. Krupp taking the outlet pass, has Bias going toward the cage. Bias flips it out in front, shot by Shin, save made by Nichols. Where's the rebound? The Raiders have it, and a penalty is forthcoming as one of the Blue Devils was dumped right in front. That was Bias, and Bias might have given his team a power play here.
Cross-checking's the call. Krupp stayed on the blue line, waited, saw that the defender had the opportunity to make that pass. Whenever he stayed back, Bias stuck also along around the center taut. He shot off to the center as soon as Krupp got that puck. Great pass across. Bias with the opportunity. Another chance here for Mount Lebanon on a power play.
We've already seen what a difference special teams can make for both these clubs. The Blue Devils getting a shorthanded goal and a power play goal to bookend their earlier win this evening. Tran for Shin. Mount Lebanon on the man advantage. Cross ice pass too strong. Arlett unable to take that one as Seneca Valley gets a clear. Gwarek sent it the length of the ice. Canella settles it down for Nathan Tran. Tyler Maxwell in the sin bin. Blue Devils trying to add to a 1-0 lead. Arlett interrupted from behind, and Seneca Valley gets another clear. They're just very workmanlike and very unassuming to a man, this Seneca Valley penalty kill. 4 for 4 against the Upper St. Clair Panthers in the semifinal round. Bias down the right side. Bias hangs on to that puck for Tran. Tran couldn't take the pass. That's a break for the Raiders. Arlett under pressure from Murtha. Tran for Krupp. Krupp stood up at the blue line. Good work there by Malichki and Murtha. Liam Shin taking off the puck by Malichki. Malichki with a chance shorthanded maybe here for the Raiders as he's knocked off the puck from behind by Tran. Chance for Bias. Bias snaps it wide of goal, and Bias goes down behind the net as Seneca Valley gets another clear. Gawarek with 35 left in the PK for the Raiders.
It's not on his power play, but you're noticing Mount Lebanon trying to stretch the ice now, trying to get those passes from behind their goal line up to the blue line, opportunities that maybe Seneca Valley wouldn't give them the carry across.
Kurta and Riffy colliding at center ice. Offerman into his own bench. That'll stop play midway through the period and game. It's the final round of the St. Margaret Fall Face-Off 2024 edition. Matt Popchock and Brian Mitchell with you here from the Ice Castle in Castle Shannon, where Griffin Krupp has the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils ahead of the Seneca Valley Raiders 1-0. Clean face-off win by Lebo. Offerman deep into Seneca Valley ice, and they're going to call icing on the Blue Devils.
They were across the red line when Offerman dumped that in. It was a good call by the officiating crew on that one.
It's interesting because I've seen the neighborhood play, if you will, given so many times, but it wasn't given there.
Mount Lebanon, a lot of their offense is derived from their defensive line. So a lot of their shots come from there, their setups from their back end. Seneca Valley hasn't given them that opportunity in this game, so that might be what they need to start working towards trying to get there. But Seneca Valley, they just need to get that opportunity for themselves to get back in this game.
Zach Lynham in some discomfort as he took a shot off his skate shorthanded. The Raiders not shy about pressing as we are back to 5-a-side, and icing is called against the Blue Devils.
Lynham looks good heading back to the bench, so he should be all right to go. You talked in the pregame, a lot of the returning players for Mount Lebanon this year on that defensive side. But look at their actual classes. There are a lot of them juniors. A lot of that defensive core is just in their junior year this year. So there's another year to grow.
The Blue Devils, as we said earlier, they had a lot of signature wins last year, and they were a team that showed on its best day it could play with any team in the 3A classification. And their window of opportunity perhaps starting to reopen after some down years with that program. Maxwell inside the Mount Lebanon zone. Caden Lane from his own blue line, chased by Morin. Eberhardt gets it deep for the Blue Devils. From an angle, Meyer finds middle but not mesh, and Nichols has to make a save on the follow-up from Liam Shin.
Yeah, you said that about the...
Caden Lane, I'm sorry.
Okay, it's okay. The Blue Devils, but you realize the last couple of years you had the powerhouses. You had your Pine Richland, you had Seneca Valley, you had North Allegheny all battling it out at the top of AAA for so long. So, I mean, there were years where, yes, they were getting stronger, solid, but they were able to grind and figure out what they needed to do to beat those teams and play teams like this. So this is just the culmination of that training, and Jeremy Church has been paying attention to all that over the last couple of years.
Church went to the Culver Academy in Indiana, one of the top prep schools for high school hockey. It's produced a lot of Division I NCAA players and an NHLer here and there, for that matter. Church, again, with his fourth full season on the horizon at Mount Lebanon after taking over the program late in the 2020-2021 campaign and leading them all the way to the Penguins Cup final.
And in all that, I haven't even mentioned Peters Township.
There you go. Now, we'll be seeing Peters Township soon, ushering in the Chris Claxon era. Speaking of coaching changes, as you noted earlier.
It's a different world, sir.
Very different. Lots of new teams in AAA, lots of new coaches around the league to get acquainted with, and It'll be here before we know it. In this one, 6:10 till the ice cut. Mount Lebanon trying to protect a 1-0 lead over Seneca Valley as the Blue Devils play it near side. Conrarty dumps this puck around the boards. Carter Hone going after it defensively for the Raiders. Kyle Quigley chasing it down offensively for the Blue Devils. Hone has it behind his own goaltender. Playing it out in front to Cooper Hone. Up to Riffy. Morin cutting down the middle. It comes to Cooper Hone. Hone wide of goal. He was trying a little shot pass, I think, to Morin, and Morin did not anticipate.
It was a little high for the backhand that he was trying to get.
Quigley and Cooper Hone tied up along the far boards. Lehman in the thick of this puck battle for Lebo. It's kicked back to center. Played around Gawarek. Here comes Lehman down the right side. Volek giving chase for the Blue Devils. And a penalty coming up against Mount Lebanon as this goes off a Seneca Valley glove, that of Riffy, and play is whistled dead with 5 minutes left in the period. Josh Lehman, the guilty party, roughing the indication.
All right, now's the time for Seneca Valley.
Vince Cannella is racking up the saves and making the adage that your goaltender has to be your best penalty killer ring true. And Cannella will be put to work again as he talks things over with his defenseman before this face-off. Shin against Malichki. And that's good work by Shin. Arlett just beyond the reach of Maxwell and inside Raider ice. A misplay there by Maxwell as Shin is the man at the top of the penalty killing formation for the Blue Devils. Hewitt across the Mount Lebanon blue line, but it's sent back to center. Morin retrieves it. Raiders just barely get back on side. Hewitt hurrying to make that play. Carter Hone up to Maxwell. Maxwell looking for space. Maxwell through a crowd. Save made by Cannella. I don't know how he saw that.
I don't think he did. I think it was a reactive drop.
Malichki in front for Morin. Morin, it's knocked aside by Cannella. Cannella, that puck's still loose and it was never covered, but Cannella gets the quick whistle.
The official was on the opposite side behind him and it rolled through. He thought he had it in his arm, and just as he went to start blowing the whistle, the puck rolled through the crease on the opposite side.
Again, the Blue Devils catching a break with 1:10 left in the minor penalty on Lehman.
It was an interesting setup as Seneca Valley was trying to bring the puck back from behind the goal lines. Mount Lebanon was set up in a 1-1-2. Bias was at center, and he just went to the side that the opportunity came to. And a lot of support from this Mount Lebanon defense.
This puck ricochets out in front off Cannella, and Mount Lebanon gets a clear. Good work by Tran. Midway through the power play. Nichols settles it down for Maxwell. Morin on the breakout for Hewitt. Hewitt, draw pass to Malichki. Malichki, cross ice for Maxwell. Maxwell toward goal. Save made Cannella, and the rebound goes all the way to the boards. And this time Krupp will do the honors. Half a minute left in the Seneca Valley power play. 3.5 till the ice cut. Raiders looking to get that goose egg off the board late in period 2. Turnover to Krupp, but he fell down trying to play that puck. Well, maybe Seneca Valley catching a break there this time. Riffy with a miscue. Out for Maxwell. Maxwell up for Soroka. Soroka couldn't handle the pass, and Krupp will kill off the rest of this penalty. Lehman retires immediately to the Mount Lebanon bench. Back to 5 aside with under 3 to go in the period. Soroka chasing this puck to center ice. Soroka with speed on the right wing. Soroka from an angle out in front, sticked aside by Cannella. From the boards, Meyer up to Maxim. Those two scored in regulation for Mount Lebanon in the quarterfinals as Seneca Valley comes in offside.
I feel like the aggressiveness of Mount Lebanon has increased throughout this period. They're taking more opportunities. They're not just leaving their defenders out, but they're giving themselves the chance to maybe get that second goal. Whereas on the opposite side, Seneca Valley, they're just gripping their sticks harder and taking any shot available instead of trying to set something up.
The proverbial skate on the other foot after they frustrated a very talented USC team into making mistakes and missing quality chances. Caden Lane, that shot blocked, and it comes in on Nichols. He steers it aside. Blue Devils have it. Here's Maxim. Maxim under pressure from Campbell, couldn't make a play. Gwarek, right wing, centering for Nikolaski. Nikolaski on Canella, and Canella hangs on.
Good rebound control there from Canella. That did come out of his glove, but he was able to keep it off of his pad and able to drop a glove on top of it. 1:55 remaining. Mount Lebanon still up 1-0 in this contest.
Griffin Krupp, goal number 5 of the preseason, the only one in this St. Margaret Fall Face-Off final to date. Clean face-off win by Seneca Valley to Tyler Maxwell. Cross ice for Carter Hone. That shot blocked up high by Meyer. Out in front, it'll come. Backhand try. Canella has it in his equipment, Murtha was looking for goal number 1 for the Raiders there. Raiders play it near side, but right to Volek. Volek taken off the puck by Murtha, who ties up a man along the boards. Raiders fighting for possession. Mount Lebanon wins the fight and gets it back to center red. Puck out of play, off to our right.
There's a souvenir out in the crowd.
And so we'll drop it in neutral ice.
I think that landed near our photographer, Jared Todd-Hunter.
Follow him on social media at Todd Hunter Prods. Great to see Todd Hunter Productions in the building. They were photographing the round robin games a couple of weeks ago. Saw some great shots on the PIHL homepage. To center it comes. Sent deep by Eberhard of Mount Lebanon. Nichols leaves it behind his own cage, but turned it over. Blue Devils unable to get that puck quickly out in front, however. And no harm done as Hewitt brings it down the right side for Seneca Valley. Hewitt in the right circle. Hewitt at the side of the net. That pass broken up. Lehman gets that puck inside the Seneca Valley blue line. Final minute of second period play. Conradi chasing Hewitt. Hewitt looking for this puck. Volek trying to tie up Hewitt along the boards. And Volek is able to, well, he puts it into the Seneca Valley bench erroneously. And so we'll face it off inside Blue Devils ice with half a minute to go. Shin against Malichki for this face-off. Malichki wins it. Offerman defensively. Krupp from the corner. On goal, save Canella on Murtha. 15 seconds left. Blue Devils just trying to persevere and survive the waning moments of the second period as it's turned over to Garvin. Garvin for Murtha. Murtha can't tee it up cleanly. Good stick work there by Liam Shin, and that'll do it for period 2. So we will cut the ice at the Ice Castle in Castle Shannon here at the trackside rink, where the St. Margaret Fall Face-Off Final sees the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils leading the Seneca Valley Raiders 1-0. He's Brian Mitchell, I'm Matt Popchock, and you're watching PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by the Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices, located in the Greengate East Plaza below Walmart. Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Gonna get up, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Cross ice, and it comes back to Lucas Blows. Hey, rookie! Welcome to the show, the Penguins Cup Championship Show, the Penguins Cup Playoff Show, and the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show.
Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
And better believe that experience has come in handy. Mount Lebanon, one of the least scored upon teams in this tournament. Loud save there by Canella. Morin up to center for John Soroka. Soroka, who's played travel hockey in Cleveland with the Junior Barons, elicits another save from Canella.
Something that we have watched on and I'll have to keep an eye on going forward.
Well, we know Todd Hendry is out there, as earlier noted. No, you cannot. Hewitt right off the faceoff, and that handcuffed Canella, but he hung on. Out in front to Cooperhone. Cooperhone on the doorstep to Hewitt. Hewitt makes his move, and Canella point blank makes the save. Center. Here's Riffy. Off a skate and right to Canella, and there is no rebound.
Canella's down. He got a skate. Sophomores every once in a while. Here we go.
Chance possibly for Griffin Krupp. Krupp to the goal. And he's stopped by Nichols. Krupp just waited. Lehman. Lehman lost control to Garvin. Garvin quickly on goal. Canella was ready.
As I said,
goal line. Seneca Valley unable to clear it. It comes to Krupp. Krupp from bias. Krupp on goal. He nuzzles that nylon for the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. Him with the Foxes earlier in this tournament as this puck is put in on the goaltender Nichols, and Nichols somehow kept that puck from completely crossing the goal line.
Conversation about how stacked that top plate is right now. Probably
You
the most
said
in
it.
years.
Chance for Malichki. Malichki is robbed by Canella. Oh, Malichki has Bias going toward the cage. Bias flips it out in front. Shot by Shin. Save made by Nichols. Where's the rebound? The Raiders have it. And a penalty is forthcoming. Eberhardt gets it deep for the Blue Devils. From an angle, Meyer finds middle but not mesh. And Nichols has to make a save on the follow-up from Lee.
I think it was a reactive drop.
Malichki in front for Morin. Morin, it's knocked aside by Canella. Canella, that puck still loose and it was never covered. But Canella gets the quick whistle. Up to Maxim. Those two scored in regulation for Mount Lebanon in the quarterfinals as Seneca Valley comes in offside. Couldn't make a play. Gwarek, right wing. Centering for Nikolaski. Nikolaski on Canella, and Canella hangs on.
Good
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices, located in the Greengate East Plaza below Walmart. Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Gonna get up, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Cross ice, and it comes back to Lucas Blows. Hey, rookie! Welcome to the show, the Penguins Cup Championship Show, the Penguins Cup Playoff Show, and the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show.
Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
Are you ready to take your game to the next level? Hey, I'm Tyler Kennedy, 2009 Pittsburgh Penguins Stanley Cup champion here, and trust me, I know what it's like to play to the max. That's why I recommend the patented heads-up sports training system, improving reaction time and your spatial awareness with this dynamic training system all at your fingertips. Train smarter with endless applications for any position. It's that simple. HeadsUpSTS.com. Play with your head up.
For over 20 years, groups, families, and individuals have been saving money with the Avia Dental Plan.
For as little as $9.25 a month, members can save up to 50% or more on dental care.
Plus, everyone qualifies, and there is no waiting or limits on visits to the dentist.
Start saving today with the Avia Dental Plan.
Go to getlowcostdental.com or call 1-888-431-2273. Smile. You're with people who care.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
2 jumbo iced caramel drizzle peppermint mochaccino, extra caramel.
That's us.
I'd love to join you guys at the beach house for a few days, but between my job and the kids, it's just not that easy. Not to mention, how am I squeezing into a bikini after this winter?
Keeping off extra pounds while balancing a family and a career can be tough. And 500-calorie coffees won't get you there either. Weight Loss Direct provides a 24/7 support and one-on-one coaching to keep you on track and guarantee you success and health. Start your journey at weightlossdirect.com.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Gonna get up, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Cross ice, and it comes back to Lucas Blows. Hey, rookie! Welcome to the show, the Penguins Cup Championship Show, the Penguins Cup Playoff Show, and the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show.
Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
Are you ready to take your game to the next level? Hey, I'm Tyler Kennedy, 2009 Pittsburgh Penguins Stanley Cup champion here, and trust me, I know what it's like to play to the max. That's why I recommend the patented heads-up sports training system, improving reaction time and your spatial awareness with this dynamic training system all at your fingertips. Train smarter with endless applications for any position. It's that simple. HeadsUpSTS.com. Play with your head up.
For over 20
The Mount Washington Shop and Save is a proud sponsor of the 2024-2025 season of PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV's PIHL channel. Scan the QR code on your screen throughout tonight's broadcast for the latest, greatest deals on everything Shop and Save has to offer. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it at Shop and Save. And special thanks to store managers Jim and Michelle Kazarowski for their continued support of TenbandTV and PIHL hockey on TenbandTV. That's what you're looking at right now. Preseason hockey, the St. Margaret Fall Face-Off Final. The Mount Lebanon Blue Devils leading the Seneca Valley Raiders 1-0. Let's go downstairs to Brian Mitchell.
All right, thanks, Matt. Hey, I just spoke with a couple of coaches. Jeremy Church really likes what his team's doing, using this time to work off some practices he missed. Likes a lot of things, but he says he needs to clear up what they're doing in their own zone right now. On the opposite side, Tyler Masiska says that his team's playing what they need to do, but he sees the scoreboard. He knows what it is, and this preseason tournament is good to work things out. So that's pretty much all I've gotten from the two coaches so far. The one thing I did want to clear up for you, our little snafu at the beginning, it is Austin March is our second referee. Austin March. Back up to you, Popchock.
Thank you, Mitch. Todd Hendry and Austin Marsh working this St. Margaret Fall Face-Off Final. Seneca Valley out shooting Mount Lebanon 16-5 in period 1, 17-5 in period 2, but the Blue Devils are trying to play rope-a-dope. And Griffin Krupp's goal in period 2 is the difference maker. In 2006, Mount Lebanon's arch nemesis, the Bethel Park Blackhawks, won the St. Margaret Fall Face-Off under the guidance of legendary coach Jim McVeigh. Mount Lebanon trying to become the first South Hills team since 06 Bethel Park to win this event. Vince Cannella, 33 saves through 2 periods. And Tyler Masiska is trying to rally the Raiders, who came off a very impressive and very clinical win over Upper St. Clair, which was one of the more powerful-looking teams in the preseason thus far. The Raiders now find themselves behind the 8 ball for the first time in this tournament. Just 4 goals allowed by Seneca Valley here in the St. Margaret Fall Face-Off. And one of them looms particularly large as we get set for period 3. Looking down on this freshly cut ice at the trackside rink in Castle Shannon's Ice Castle. And we want to remind you that in 2 weeks, we drop the puck on regular season coverage of the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League. Again, we'll have more on that later as we're back to action for period 3. Carter Hone retreating as the Raiders move the puck from right to left. Tran, in a delayed offside situation, yields to Hewitt. Hewitt around the Mount Lebanon boards. Offerman in the corner. He's met by Morin. Carter Hone at center for defensive partner Maxwell. Krupp with a steal. Krupp top of the left circle. That shot deflected wide by Maxwell. Maxwell defensively for the Raiders. Up to Braden Morin. And around to the near side it'll come to Carter Hone. Krupp up to Zyolkowski. Zyolkowski, the only freshman on Jeremy Church's preseason roster. Gets this puck deep for the Blue Devils. It comes right out in front to Nichols as teams exchange pleasantries.
Who was that striking man doing the Springside broadcast? I didn't know him. I want to know that guy. No, I got back up here. That's the plight of doing this, finding out all this information, and then I didn't have a chance to actually have a pregame scuffle with everybody, so figure it out.
Yes, we did. Line them around the boards. Powers in the corner from Mount Lebanon. Played off the hip of Christopher Nichols, the Seneca Valley goaltender. Blue Devils keep it inside the attacking zone, and a miscue there by Offerman. It looked like it was going to allow the Raiders to clear it, but Murtha finally will get it up to center. Andrew Malichki dropping for Murtha. Murtha off the leg of Parker Arlett. At the side of the net, Carter defensively chasing this puck as it's sent up the boards by Lynham. Raiders in tight. One-timer out in front. What a save there by Canella on Malichki. 30-plus saves and counting for Vince Canella. Centering pass. Canella leaning perhaps the wrong position, but Malichki unable to get a clean shot off. Arlett to center. Arlett finds space on the right wing. Blocker save made there, and it dribbles over top the cage behind Nichols.
That just fluttered 4 inches lower. That was in.
Around the boards, Gwarek. Eberhardt to the corner for Lane. Lane trying to go back out in front. The Raiders right there to cut off that puck as Myers' turnaround shot misses. Hewitt taken from behind by Caden Lane, and the Blue Devils go the other direction. Here's Meyer on goal. Meyer shooting wide of the near post.
That was one of those opportunities on a line change that they took advantage of again.
Hewitt, left wing side, trying to go to Riffy. Riffy has this puck. Off balance shot, dribbles in on Canella. It would have been loose if Hewitt's stick hadn't been tied up, I believe, by Eberhardt. Chance for the Blue Devils now. Long range save made by Canella. Excuse me, by Nichols on the shot by Maxim. Maxwell in the corner. And near side it comes to Hewitt. Hewitt up for Riffy. Riffy met by Eberhardt. Quigley sends this puck to the boards for Mount Lebanon. And it looked like it might have gotten off a Blue Devil hand on the Mount Lebanon bench, but officials allow them to play on as Nikolaski's shot is deflected up into the meshing / rafter behind Vince Canella.
Things were moving so fast on the bench, and with those dark navy blue parts of their jerseys, you're never going to know the difference anyway, whether it was or not, and they all have those dark gloves. So you have that opportunity on that clearing pass, and yeah, maybe you're going to miss that call if it does go off something.
Face off to Canella's right. Hallen against Shin. Shin with the win, and it comes to Offerman. Offerman, this one does go off a glove, a Seneca Valley glove, and right up to Xavier Bias. Bias just missing. Tried to go bar down and didn't miss by a lot.
The toe tap on the line did it for me. The great play to wait that one out.
Tran toward the goal, trying to set up Bias. Couldn't find him. Save made there from an angle by Nichols. Snapshot. Score! Bias! Burial! 2-0 Blue Devils. 12:56 to go, third period.
It's that second opportunity. It wasn't the first one. You get that rebound, you get that second chance, and Bias knew he needed to go wide to get over around that glove. And he just took advantage of it and fired it hard enough that he could not get the glove across. And 2-0, Mount Lebanon now leads this contest.
He's not quiet anymore, folks. Second goal of the preseason. 110 points last year playing with the Shaha Panthers travel team, and 22 points playing as a freshman for Jeremy Church. And he's got a big goal to extend the Blue Devils' lead. Raiders come right back, and they score! Anything you can do, I can do better. Marshall Hewitt entering the chat. And the Raiders still have lots of life. 12 seconds after the Bias goal.
Was just a nice little come in, deke and dunk around Canella. Beautiful play. He absolutely fooled him on that forecheck opportunity there. Just flipped the stick around and just fired and just set it in behind. 2-1 now.
Hewitt's third goal in 2 games, his 6th of the preseason to take the Seneca Valley team lead. And we're right back to a 1-goal game. And there's not a darn thing Canella could have done about that one. That was just a gorgeous play by Hewitt, the Seneca Valley junior, and 20-goal man with the S-Mark Stars to get his team back in the game. And Hewitt has this puck again for Seneca Valley. down the left side. Hewitt, wide of the glove hand of Canella. Bailey dumps it into Mount Lebanon ice. Arlett chased by Hewitt as he plays this puck for Mount Lebanon, reverses it. Near side it comes from Lynham. Off the stick of Krupp, icing against Lebo.
Well, you didn't think the Raiders were going to go silently into the night, and it was a beautiful, beautiful return for them to make sure that they were staying in this contest. Especially, that was a great move in front of the net to put it past Canella. Wow.
A quick response goal. And that's the best type of response goal, a quick one. Seneca Valley scoring just 12 seconds after Xavier Bias had made it 2-0 for Lebo. Zyolkowski trying to center for Kurta. Kurta's turnaround shot on goal, and Nichols had to make that save. Arlett from center. That caught Malichki up high. Malichki fortunately appears to be okay as Garvin plays it up to the Seneca Valley forward. Zyolkowski back for Lynham. Lynham up to Kurta. Kurta unable to handle that outlet pass. Bailey for Seneca Valley being chased now by Powers. Blue Devils play it to the near boards. Murtha defensively. Bailey up for Malichki. Arlett at his own blue line. Glove down by Bailey. Zyolkowski over the line. Zyolkowski toward goal. Glove save made, and the rebound is cleared off Malichki, but Malichki gets it up to Garvin. Garvin down the right side. Garvin inside the circle from an angle. Forces that save from Canella. Gwarek from right point. That shot blocked. Eberhardt got a piece of it. And it comes near side to Carter Hohen. Raiders with a little bit of hop now after getting that goal from Hewitt. Hohen tied up by Zyolkowski. Eberhardt up to center. Gwarek in on Canella. Both teams changing on the fly. Conrarty under pressure. And now it is Maxim trapped in the corner. Raiders win the puck battle. Riffy to center point Gwarek. Gwarek to the vacant left wing where it's taken by Maxwell. Maxwell is bumped up high by not one but two Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. Lane and Conrarty. And Conrarty comes away with this puck for Lebo. Maxim trying to one-touch it up to Lane. Blue Devils still having trouble exiting their zone. This was a good forechecking sequence by the Raiders, but finally Mount Lebanon exhausts the area as Conrarty plays it from within his own blue line. Campbell, right side for Seneca Valley. He puts it on goal, and Canella squeezes it.
This is the perfect scenario for these coaches. This is gut check time. You talk about preseason games not being important, not being, something, oh, well, they're just preseason game. What do they matter? Well, this is big for both these teams as you're trying to find out which players are going to step up, which players aren't going to fold in this scenario. And I think that's what you're both watching on this.
Mount Lebanon trying to protect a one-goal lead all over again. Business picking up a bit in this third period. Hewitt with 9 minutes to go in regulation. Near side. Two-line pass intended for Morin is picked off by Tran. Carter Hohen with it for Seneca Valley. Hohen down the busy left wing. Dropping it back to Hewitt. Hewitt cross ice one-timer. Save made Canella. This time he denies Bailey from 50 feet. Lehman against Hallen. Raiders win the draw. Riffy, right wing circle, dropping back for Gwarek, who was clamoring for that puck. Good play there by Volek to get it back to center. Bailey in front of his own goaltender. Nikolaski dropping back to Bailey. Stolen by Volek. Volek puts it on the cage. Easy play for Nichols. Outlet pass to Nikolaski. Raiders offside.
you're also noticing the deep bench that Mount Lebanon's rolling out there still as we can progress in this game. Jeremy Church told me in the middle of the second intermission that it was an opportunity for him to see all four lines, give them opportunities to play, and they're getting some high-intensity minutes right now, an opportunity to see what they can do against some top-line talent.
You said they had a lot of juniors? Well, they have 13 unofficially on their preseason roster. Lots of seasoned players on the varsity squad for Church this season, as that's gloved down by Nichols. Final 8 of regulation. Blue Devils with a steal. Krupp playing it out in front for Bias. It's loose on Canella's doorstep. He still can't cover it. Seneca Valley comes away with that puck. Good work by Carter Hone to help out his goaltender. Arlett playing it back to center. Seneca Valley just barely staying onside. Good work by Malichki, but the Blue Devils take it over. Bias through center. Unable to get around Hohen. Shin over the blue line. Shin from the right circle. Save made. Rebound fanned on at the side of the net. Oh, Krupp nearly had another. Lineham from distance. That ricochets behind the Seneca Valley cage. Blue Devils completing a line change as Murtha has it for Seneca Valley. And he just wants to dump the puck and get off for a Raider line change. Kurta to the corner. Powers goes after the dump in, but Nichols sends it around the boards. Eberhardt toward the goal. Cut off by the Raiders. Gwarek trying to get around Zalkowski. Zalkowski flips it toward Nichols, and that took a very strange bounce just wide of the net.
I don't think Nichols saw that bouncing that way.
He did not. I don't think any of us did, really. That was almost a very fluky goal for the Blue Devils, but in any event, it's back to center for Bailey. Offside, Seneca Valley.
Austin March calls it, throws it to center ice. Hendry with the drop here, 6:28 remaining. Who do you see? I mean, who do you have in the last 6:28, sir?
Well, I have whichever goaltender makes the big save, because they both had to make some big ones in this game, and in a one-goal affair, every save magnified. Mount Lebanon in the quarterfinal round saw a late lead evaporate, but prevailed anyway in the shootout. And ideally, Jeremy Church would like this not to come to that. Of course, Seneca Valley took Pine Richland, to a shootout in last year's fall face-off final. Josh Lanyard, the winning goal in the shootout for Pine Richland, and what would portend for things to come for the Rams of 23-24. Out in front it comes. Oh, that was nearly a golden chance there for Lane, but he couldn't handle the pass. Meyer pinned up against the boards by Cooper Hohen. Cooper Hohen, a lot of size for a freshman, as that puck is powered wide by Offerman, and that shot blocked. Carter Hohen feeling it as the Blue Devils put it on goal. That save made by Nichols. This is a good shift from Mount Lebanon, trying to protect that one-goal lead and keep the Raiders bottled up deep in their own end, but coming free is Murtha. Murtha hits the brakes deep in the corner. Murtha unable to get around Lane as he's tied up along the boards. Hallen providing support for Seneca Valley. And it comes free to Volek eventually. Back to center, CJ Gwarek. Gwarek with a nice move there. Gwarek, high slot on Canella, save made, rebound, score! Hit that horn, baby, let's dance. With 4:48 remaining, the Raiders have tied it at 2. Jamison Hallen, the Armstrong Arrow, with his first of the preseason, and it's kind of a big deal.
What did I say? Not the first shot, the second shot. You have to watch that, track that puck come back. Allen snuck in behind the defender, and just a quick snapshot to the far post to put that one in for 4:48 remaining, and we have ourselves a brand new hockey game.
And so many of these players auditioning for regular season jobs. Hallen, a player who made his varsity debut last season around the Thanksgiving holiday in a game against rival North Allegheny, his only varsity appearance of last year. and scores a huge goal to get the Raiders even late in the third period here as Nichols makes a glove save. Now Hallen winning his audition, so to speak, so far.
Now you saw in the first period the chess pieces started to be put into place and trying to figure out each team's moves, see what's going on. Now you're starting to see those starting to happen. You watched the 2 goals by Seneca Valley, opportunities on open ice, shots on one-on-one with the goaltender, a rebound opportunity. On the opposite side, you're looking at Mount Lebanon. The shots that they had, second opportunities, finally broke through the defense. Maybe that quick pass got them. This is what you saw coming. I unfortunately took an under on 1 goal, so I'm going to just go eat my words and send it back to you on this one.
It's been quite a hockey game, as a championship game should be. And we thank our sponsors, Seneca Advisors, Mount Washington Shop and Save, Weight Loss Direct, Played Again Sports in Greensburg. And we encourage you, if you're a decision maker for your business or organization, to please consider sponsoring PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV. We'll have regular season and playoff coverage October through March. TenbandTV offers ad subscriptions for your business or organization for as little as $49 a month via Shop Pay. Cancel anytime, or you can build your own advertising package tailored to your own budget. Visit tenband.tv/advertise. Contact Todd, T-O-D-D, at tenbandproductions.com for more information, and enter the promo code TBTV-hockey at checkout for 10% off your first ad purchase. Tyler Masiska used his timeout in a 2-2 game with 4:27 to go in the third period, and now we resume play in Seneca Valley territory. A Groundhog Day scenario for Mount Lebanon. They were up 2-0 late against North Allegheny last week and had to prevail in the shootout, and they did, with Canella turning aside the Tigers. And Canella, the man in between the pipes for Mount Lebanon in this championship game tonight.
Well, you saw a little bit of a back and forth in that last play. 2 teams just generally playing pong to fill each other out, see what's going on, and see what the play is and how they're setting up.
Maxwell through a crowd, he scores! It was deflected in! Oh, the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune! It is John Soroka with 4:09 remaining. Giddy up!
Was just an innocent shot from the point, and Soroka didn't even, he hit the stick out of his hand on that play. It was one of those, just everything lined up perfectly for Seneca Valley, and that's the way you're going to get it done. 4:09 remaining, 3-2 is your score. Seneca Valley leads.
And you feel a bit for Canella, who's worked his tail off in this game and helped Mount Lebanon fortify that 2-0 lead. The Raiders with 3 unanswered goals in period 3, perhaps water finding its level a bit as this game is wound down, and some of those shots that weren't going in for Seneca Valley earlier, karma being inverted, and they're looking for more now as Murtha drives the lane. Near side it comes to Bias. Xavier Bias, and suddenly the Blue Devils find themselves down by 1 as Seneca Valley is trying to win the St. Margaret Fall faceoff for the first time in 8 years. And what a comeback this would be against one of the better defensive teams in the tournament. Here comes Murtha. Murtha fakes. Murtha has Garvin on the left wing, doesn't go that way, instead goes to Bailey. One of the Blue Devils going down in the high slot area, that's Bias.
Just lost an edge.
John Soroka, his 4th goal of the preseason, and perhaps none bigger if it holds up. 3 minutes to go in period 3. Seneca Valley 3, Mount Lebanon 2. Quite the turn of events here in Pittsburgh's South Hills. Final moments of the 2024 St. Margaret Fall Faceoff, an event 30 years and counting, still going strong. Riffy toward goal. Oh, that one-timer fanned on. Good opportunity there for Campbell, but nothing doing. Offerman in front of the Blue Devils bench. Unable to get it up to Ziolkowski. Ziolkowski near side now. from the corner. Zalkowski out in front. Kurta tees it up. That shot is blocked. Offerman with it. Offerman through a crowd. That's blocked. Offerman on goal. Save made by Nichols, and there is no rebound.
Thought he lost that for half a second. That one looked like it might have had a chance to sneak through.
Let's see if and when Jeremy Church will use his timeout. 2:03 remaining. Seneca Valley, 3 unanswered goals to take the lead in this third period. Hewitt, Hallen, and John Soroka III, the junior forward, with the go-ahead marker. Hallen around the boards. Nikolaski from his own zone. Over the outstretched hand of Krupp, who got the scoring started for Mount Lebanon back in period 2. Lynham off balance and on goal, and Nichols will play it conservatively. And Brian Mitchell going to go downstairs, and we'll be hearing from him and seeing him at center ice with the victorious team, whichever one it may be. 1:38 remaining in regulation. Seneca Valley on the verge of its 6th St. Margaret Fall Faceoff title of all time, and now the Blue Devils will use their timeout. Well, in 2 weeks, TenbandTV and the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League do it for real. The second quarter century of PIHL hockey begins for TenbandTV Thursday night, October 3rd at the Barrel Ice Complex in Warrendale, Pennsylvania. We have a 9:10 Eastern Daylight Time puck drop between the Peters Township Indians and the Pine Richland Rams. A couple of Class 3A powers to raise the curtain on our 2024-2025 regular season coverage. The Rams, the reigning Pennsylvania Cup champions and Penguins Cup champions of Class 3A, get set for their title defense. And the Peters Township Indians get set to usher in the Chris Claxon era, as Rick Tingle called it a career after 2023-2024, and Claxon is the new man in charge. The longtime assistant is now the boss at Peters Township. A brand new era of Peters Township hockey, and the Rams trying to make it back-to-back. It'll be a great lid lifter. Peters Township at Pine Richland, Thursday, October 3rd, 9:10 p.m. right here. We'll have it for you on TenbandTV. Face-off won by the Blue Devils. Tran with it. Net empty down to our left. Arlett. Cross ice for Krupp. Krupp centering pass. Bias is denied. It's put through the goal mouth. Turnaround shot. That deflects wide. Oh, what chaos deep in Seneca Valley ice. It's settled down by the Raiders. Malichki trying to play that puck. Bounces it up to Riffy. No icing. Morin is rocked in the corner as he chases this puck and plays it out in front. Tran with 1 minute to go in regulation for Bias. Bias up to Griffin Krupp. For Kurta. Kurta toward goal. Malichki put that off his own man. Riffy has it. Riffy for the empty net. Pay the man, Shirley. $50 ticks to talk. Seneca Valley Raiders 4, Mount Lebanon Blue Devils 2. The S-Mark star with his first of the preseason into the empty cage. What a comeback in this third period by Tyler Masiska's old alma mater. And so it appears for another year, those 06 Bethel Park Blackhawks will not have company. The St. Margaret Fall Faceoff title is going to stay in the North Hills, as Masiska's Seneca Valley Raiders have finished the job from 2023. Down 2-0 in period 3. They lead 4-2 with 20 seconds remaining. Slap shot from the right point, cranked by Murtha, deflects back to center. Garvin retreating. 5 seconds left. Caden Lane at the blue line, 3 seconds. That's it, and that's all. Hockey hugs ×2 for Christopher Nichols. The Seneca Valley Raiders are your 2024 St. Margaret Fall Faceoff champion as they rally to defeat the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils here at the Ice Castle by a final score of 4-2. And congratulations to Tyler Masiska's Raiders once again, and to Jeremy Church's Blue Devils on one heck of a final contest. Seneca Valley, a team we're going to be seeing a lot more of in 24-25, and we could say the same about the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. Mount Lebanon has come a long way after some lean years. As the handshake line commences, we'll have the trophy presentation, and we'll be going downstairs eventually to Brian Mitchell, who will speak with the victorious Raiders. An 18-save W for Christopher Nichols, the Seneca Valley junior. 45 saves in all tonight in both elimination games. And this a hard-earned victory for he and his club. PIHL President Jack Kukin standing inside the officials' crease for the trophy presentation. Thank you, Austin McLean. And now we go downstairs to Brian Mitchell, who is with head coach Tyler Masiska.
All right, I'm here with Tyler Masiska, the head coach of Seneca Valley. Tyler, we talked between periods. You said you liked what your team was doing, but they needed to shore some stuff up. How do you feel about that third period?
Yeah, it was good. Obviously wasn't the way we wanted to start, giving up a quick one there. But the boys stuck with it the whole time. They battled hard. Got one, got two, and it just kind of opened the floodgates from there. So it was good to see us get rewarded at the end.
What does that say about your team getting the ability? Oh, you might need to jump out of here for half a second, but actually go get your picture. Go get your picture. We'll talk about it in a little bit. Mr. Popchock, I'll talk to you a little bit while they're taking the picture. I'll step off to the side. But how do you feel? What did you feel about in that third period as Seneca Valley just kept adding and adding and adding, getting another opportunity?
I think it all started, Brian, with the quick response and the fact that they not only got that first goal from Hewitt, but got it so quickly after Xavier Bias had scored from Mount Lebanon was what kind of ignited the fire for Seneca Valley, and the Raiders were just a different team from then on.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was a little concerned. There were a couple shots on net, and he would concern me whenever it was the glove saves weren't there on Nichols. Maybe he was dropping them a couple times, but he definitely stepped up towards the end, and he kept them out in this game. There was a couple rushes while I was down low that I was concerned. Maybe there were a couple shots that maybe had an opportunity, but they weren't able to put them in. All right, I'm back here with Tyler Masiska. All right, we're sliding in, making sure this works. A game like that, an opportunity, and what does this say about your team and going forward, and how they reacted in that adversity?
Between periods, I said this was a good test to see where we'd be at, and it was our first kind of battle tested, I guess I called it. Coming into the semifinal and final, I don't think, there was never a point in a game that we played where we really had to kind of see what we were made of, or coming back from a goal lead. So that's what I wanted to see in the third period, is just how the team responded being down. And I couldn't be proud of how we go down 2 in the third, and we just stuck with it. I think the next shift we respond with a goal, and we just kind of went from there. So the momentum was huge.
Going into the regular season, that AAA division is going to be supercharged. I know you weren't there last year, but you probably were paying attention a little bit as everybody was. It's not going to be an easy game at any given time. What can you say about that and what you got to look forward to this season?
The league is just what you said. It's tight. There's a lot of parity from top to bottom. There's not going to be an easy night in AAA, and that's what I told these guys before the St. Clair game was, this is a test to see what we have, and I think we passed that test pretty good. So I'm looking forward to the year. It's going to be fun. We'll enjoy this night, and then it's right back to work. Get ready for game 1.
All right, thank you, Tyler. Good luck this season. All right, hey, Matt Popchock, back up to you to close it out, my man.
Thank you, Brian Mitchell, and thank you, Coach Masiska. Well, a couple of years ago, Andrew Cease, as a first-year coach at a neighboring North Hills school, North Allegheny, won his first ever St. Margaret Fall Face-Off. Made a pretty good first impression. Tyler Masiska's made a pretty good first impression, too, in his first preseason on the job. Seneca Valley Raiders 4, Mount Lebanon Blue Devils 2. Once again, Seneca Valley, their 6th all-time St. Margaret Fall Face-Off title, and first since 2016. The Raiders, 2023 finalists, 2024 champions, as the comeback is indeed complete. And Seneca Valley, coming off that 15-win regular season in 23-24, looking for bigger and better things in 24-25. Thank you, executive producer Todd Kazarowski. Thank you, Michael Lyman and the Four Seasons. Thank you, Brian Mitchell. Thank you, Austin McLean. Thank you, Jack Kukin. Thank you, Kennedy Kazarowski. Thank you, Jared Todd Hunter. And thank you for watching and listening. Once again, we will see you back at Barrel, the Ice Complex in Warrendale, Thursday, October 3rd, 9:10 p.m., the regular season premiere of PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, featuring the Peters Township Indians and Pine Richland Rams. Until then, I'm Matt Popchock, and that is all she wrote for the 2024 St. Margaret Fall Face-Off here from the Ice Castle in Castle Shannon. Raiders 4, Blue Devils 2. You've been watching PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by the Mount Washington Shop and Save. And better believe that experience has come in handy. Mount Lebanon, one of the least scored upon teams in this tournament. Loud save there by Canella. Morin up to center for John Soroka. Soroka, who's played travel hockey in Cleveland with the Junior Barons, elicits another save from Canella.
Something that we have watched on and I'll have to keep an eye on going forward.
Well, we know Todd Hendry is out there, as earlier noted. No, you cannot. Hewitt right off the faceoff, and that handcuffed Canella, but he hung on. Out in front to Cooperhone. Cooperhone on the doorstep to Hewitt. Hewitt makes his move, and Canella point blank makes the save. Center. Here's Riffy. Off a skate and right to Canella. And there is no rebound.
Canella's down. He got to skate. Sophomores every once in a while. Here we go.
Chance possibly for Griffin Krupp. Krupp to the goal. And he's stopped by Nichols. Krupp just waited. Lehman lost control to Garvin. Garvin quickly on goal. Canella was ready.
As I said,
goal line. Seneca Valley unable to clear it. It comes to Krupp. Krupp from bias. Krupp on goal. He nuzzles that nylon for the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. Him with the Foxes earlier in this tournament as this puck is put in on the goaltender Nichols, and Nichols somehow kept that puck from completely crossing the goal line.
Conversation about how stacked that top flight is right now. Probably
You
the most
said
in
it.
years.
Chance for Malichki. Malichki is robbed by Canella. Oh, Malichki has Bias going toward the cage. Bias flips it out in front. Shot by Shin. Save made by Nichols. Where's the rebound? The Raiders have it. And a penalty is forthcoming. Eberhardt gets it deep for the Blue Devils. From an angle, Meyer finds middle but not mesh. And Nichols has to make a save on the follow-up from Lee.
I think it was a reactive drop.
Malichki in front for Morin. Morin, it's knocked aside by Canella. Canella, that puck still loose and it was never covered. But Canella gets the quick whistle. Up to Maxim. Those two scored in regulation for Mount Lebanon in the quarterfinals as Seneca Valley comes in offside. Couldn't make a play. Gwarek, right wing. Centering for Nikolaski. Nikolaski on Canella, and Canella hangs on. Blue Devil hand on the Mount Lebanon bench, but officials allow them to play on as Nikolaski's shot is deflected up into the meshing / rafter. Offerman, this one does go off a glove, a Seneca Valley glove, and right up to Xavier Bias. Bias just missing. Tried to go bar down, trying to set up Bias. Couldn't find him. Save made there from an angle by Nichols. Snapshot. Score! Bias! Burial! 2-0 Blue Devils. Church. And he's got a big goal to extend the Blue Devils lead. Raiders come right back and they score! Anything you can do, I can do better. His own blue line. Glove down by Bailey. Zyalkowski over the line. Zyalkowski toward goal. Glove save made, and the rebound is cleared off Malichki. Campbell, right side for Seneca Valley. He puts it on goal, and Canella squeezes it.
This is the perfect scenario.
Down the busy left wing. Dropping it back to Hewitt. Hewitt cross ice, one-timer. Save made, Canella. This time he denies Bailey. He play for Nichols. Outlet pass to Nikolaski. Raiders offside. Gwarek with a nice move there. Gwarek high slot on Canella. Save made. Rebound. Score! Hit that horn, baby. Let's dance.
And see what the play is and how they're setting up.
Maxwell through a crowd. He scores! It was deflected in. Oh, this. Malichki put that off his own man. Riffy has it. Riffy for the empty net. Pay the man, Shirley. And to Jeremy Church's Blue Devils on one heck of a final contest. Seneca Valley, a team we're going to be seeing a